two derivations are there. So I will not apply much mathematics there. I'll try to means reduce mathematics which is there. Minimum I will explain. Okay, minimum. So concentration depends on rate is called differential rate equation. Concentration dependence. Concentration means what? We have discussed that rate of the reaction is directly related to molar concentration of reactants. So this concentration dependence of rate is called the differential rate equation. We have learned that there are two ways we can express rate of the reaction. One is called the average rate and second is called the instantaneous rate. Average and instantaneous. So in this case, second we are focusing now, instantaneous rate of the reaction. There we have plotted a graph connecting time and concentration. You know that we are getting a curve. So slope of the curve is there. From the slope we can find out rate of the reaction. Okay, rate of the reaction means what? Change in concentration with respect to time, whether it is reactants or product. But in the case of instantaneous rate, so it is not always convenient to determine instantaneous rate by using graphical method. Okay, by using graphical method, it is not always convenient. Because of that, there is one method which is also used to determine instantaneous rate to avoid this difficulty. So that is known under the name integrate differential rate equation. So it is also known under the name integrated rate law expression. Integrated. So first of all, let us understand what do you mean by differential rate equation. So in one sentence, we can say that this is the first thing you have to remember. Concentration dependence of rate is called the differential rate equation. Like that. Okay. Concentration dependence of rate. Concentration dependence of rate is called differential rate equation. Differential, which is denoted by the symbol D. Differential means D. Instantaneous rate. So, when we focus on instantaneous rate of the reaction, right? Rate is directly proportional to dR by dt. Rate is directly proportional to dR by dt. dR means small change in concentration of a reactant. dt means a small change in time. In order to remove this proportionality sign, we have to multiply it with a constant k into dR by dt. So we are focusing on this equation. Rate is equal to k into dR by dt. Okay. So we have learned that order of the reaction may be zero, may be fraction also. So first of all, we will focus on zero order reaction, how to find out differential equation for a zero order reaction. So you can put the heading zero order reaction. Zero order reaction. So that means order of the reaction is what? Order of the reaction is zero. What does it mean? The rate of the reaction is proportional to 0 power of concentration of the reactant, isn't it? Rate of the reaction is directly proportional to zero power of concentration of the reactant. Okay, so we can write it like this. Rate is equal to dr by dt. Rate is equal to, so it will be minus dr by dt. Why is it minus? You know that this is on the basis of which equation? R is product. R is concentration of, R simply means a reactant, molar concentration of reactant. It is in square bracket. What is the meaning of minus there? What is the meaning minus? Anyone? Why there is negative sign here? What is the meaning of this negative sign?
Ma'am, decrease in
Decrease in
concentration.
concentration.
Good. That means when the time is going on, molar concentration of reactants decreases. That is the meaning of minus. So rate is equal to minus dr by dt, which is equal to k into r to the power 0. What does this 0 indicate? 0 means it is a zero order reaction, or the order of the reaction is 0. So we can write the equation in this way, that is minus dr upon dt is equal to k into r naught. K into r naught. Why? R to the power 0 means 1.
1.
So k into 1. Okay. So that is k into 1. So that means r to the power is equal to 0 and it is equal to 1. Now we can rearrange the equation this way, that is d r equal to k into dt minus dr is equal to k into dt. Okay. Then now we can do one thing. We can shift this negative sign there. So we have dr equal to minus k into dt, because it is a constant. So that's why it is. Now integrating on both sides. Integrating on both sides. Biology will say tension nahi lena. Integration simply means a removal of the symbol d. So it is represented like this. See, like this. D equal to k is a constant, so we can't do like this. So we can write it like this. This is the meaning of integration. Okay. No need to learn it. Leave it. So removal of simply the symbol d. So when we integrating on both sides, what we will get? Very simple. Here, which is left here, r equal to minus k into t plus I. This is equation number 1. So, right, r is equal to minus k into t plus I, where I is called the integration constant. Where I is called the integration constant. यहाँ तक लिख लिया है, फिर मुझे मिटाना है, फिर यूज करना है, ठीक है? यहाँ तक लिख लिया, कोई एक बच्चे बताओ?
Yes.
Okay, आनवी हो गया?
No, ma'am, wait.
Complete. Okay, हर्षित, very good. हाँ, श्रीयश, very good. So, श्रीयश तुमने लिख लिया?
मैं एक मिनट लिख रहा हूँ.
लिख रहे हैं, अच्छा ठीक है. समझ के लिख लो, इजी है तुम्हारे लिए. Integrating on this derivation is important. ठीक है, इसलिए पढ़ लो. लिखने के बाद मुझे बता देना. I am waiting for you.
हो गया मैम.
हाँ, I is called the integration constant. Okay. Yeah. Now we need to find out the value of I. For that we have to take initial value. Initial at initial state, R is equal to R naught. देखो R naught का मैंने लिखा है 0, R0. That 0 represents initial concentration of reactant. And initial state, what is the value of time? Time is also equal to 0. Initially, R is equal to R naught and value of T equal to 0. So initially, starting a reaction, so time will be 0. Substitute these values in this equation, what we get? R naught is equal to minus K into 0 plus I. That is, I is equal to R naught. Equation number 2. So in this way we can find out the value of I. So I is equal to R naught. Substitute value of I in equation 1. Substitute 2 in 1 or short form in 2 in 1. What we get? R is equal to minus K into T plus R naught. Okay, that is, मैं दो स्टेप छोड़ के लिख लेती हूँ. That is K equal to K. When we shift K into this side, we get R naught minus R divided by T. K is equal to R naught minus R divided by T. Okay, so this is the final equation. K is, keep it in square, rectangular box. Okay, K is equal to R naught minus R upon T. Clear? Then, when we take this equation, which equation? When we take this equation, it is similar to equation of a straight line. Y is equal to mx plus c, isn't it? Where m is called the slope and c is called the point of intersection. So we can plot a graph connecting concentration of reactant and time. And here we can plot concentration of reactant. Here we get a straight line like this, and this will be extrapolate and it will be cut on y-axis. Here we get a value of R naught. Okay, and in this case we get the value of K is negative slope. You know that the nature of the straight line is like this, therefore it has a negative value. K is equal to minus slope. So in this way we can find out the value of the remaining part. You know why? We can take this like this, dy by dx, this small point divided by this small point. So we get this one. So in this way we can find out the value of K. This is graphical way of finding out the value of K. Okay, if you know the value of the rest of the things. Clear? So this derivation is important. Clear? Completed? 3 years complete हो गए बेटा?
Yes, ma'am.
कर रहे हैं?
हो गया मैम.
अच्छा, okay. So now I am going back to this particular equation. Here we have to discuss one more point, right? Half-life period. It is represented by the symbol T half, or simply we can write T half like this. Any term you can write T half. T we can't use because T represents another property in physics. Which one? What is T? T means time period.
Temperature.
Correct. Temperature also. But this one is different. What do you mean by half-life period? Very important. Half-life period is, it is defined as the time taken for the reactant to half its original quantity. So I will give the example. Suppose we have started the reaction with 1 gram of reactant, and the time taken for this 1 gram to reduce to 0.5 gram is called the half-life period. I'll repeat, half-life period is time taken for the reactant to half its original quantity. Suppose 1 gram of reactant is there, the time taken for the particular reactant to reduce into 0.5 gram is called the half-life period. Okay, now let us substitute the value in this particular equation to find out the value of T half. Okay, so R naught is equal to R naught and R is equal to R naught by 2. Why is it 2? R naught is the initial quantity, time taken to reduce it into half. That means R. R is how much? R naught by 2. And T is equal to T half. That means half-life period. When we substitute these values in this formula, what will we get? K is equal to R naught, no change, R naught minus R means R naught upon 2 divided by T half. Right? We are talking of half-life period of a zero order reaction. Okay. Now we know that R naught minus R naught by 2. We have K is equal to R naught by 2 into T half. Correct? R naught by 2 into T half. Therefore, T half equal to what? R naught divided by 2K. Correct? In this way, we can calculate. Understood? T half, there is no change. R naught minus R naught by 2 means R naught by 2. R naught by 2 divided by T half. So we have this one and we have half-life period in this way. So from this equation, we can say that half-life period of a zero-order reaction is depends on initial concentration of reactant. This is the conclusion of this formula. What is the conclusion? Half-life period. We are talking of zero-order reaction. Half-life period of a zero-order reaction is directly proportional to its initial concentration. That means it depends. It depends on initial concentration. We can write the conclusion in this way. Half-life period of a zero-order reaction depends on its initial concentration. This is all about a zero-order reaction. Now the most important part, what are the examples or which example we can put in the case of zero-order reaction. So you can write, I will give two examples. Decomposition of ammonia on the surface of platinum. Decomposition of ammonia on the surface of platinum at high temperature. This is first example. I will write it by this. See, ammonia NS3, and here the catalyst is platinum. It is kept at high temperature. It decomposes to N2 and hydrogen. Balance equation 2NS3 ratio. So platinum must be at a high temperature. Okay. So at high temperature, platinum surface gets saturated with ammonia. There itself it undergoes decomposition, forming nitrogen and hydrogen. So this is considered as one example. I will give one more example. Decomposition of hydrogen iodide on gold. decomposition of HI. This is also at a high temperature. HI on decomposition we get H2 and I2 to HI. So these are the two examples we can put in the case of a zero order reaction. Got it? This is all about zero order reaction. Every point is important. Derivation is important. Half-life period is important. Graphical representation is also important. Okay. Examples also important. So in these two examples, you can see that reaction takes place on the surface of the catalyst. Nothing is retained on the surface. As long as their surface is available at high temperature, the reactant undergo decomposition, forming immediately the products, corresponding products. So that is why the order of the reaction is zero. Now, right, the next topic is first order reaction. First order reaction, okay. Anybody can derive first order reaction without my help or without any other help. Anyone can do. We will also try to do the same derivation in first order also. Anyone can try to do, because here also the principle is same. What is the principle? Rate. Rate expression is there. Rate is equal to minus dr upon dt is equal to k to the k into r to the power 1. That's all. Anybody can try to do. I am asking to mathematics students. कोई कर सकते हो? Try कर सकते हो? कोई नहीं. हाँ, अच्छा ठीक है. आयुष तुम try कर देना. ठीक है. बाकी बच्चे try कर रहे हैं. मैथमेटिक्स में इतनी सारे बच्चे हमारे. अच्छा एक बताओ, इंटीग्रेशन तुम्हारे क्लास में हो गया?
नो मैम.
है? नो मैम. सुना है इंटीग्रेशन? डिफरेंशिएशन सुना है?
Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा ठीक है. Good. So you can start. Start the derivation. I will guide. Okay. First of all, you can write the general equation. R gives P. R means reactant. P means product. R gives P. R gives P. Now after that, write rate is equal to minus dr upon dt is equal to k into r to the power. Okay, so this is as per the rule. Done? Now, rearranging the equation. Rearranging. On rearranging the equation, what we get? Negative will be extended to this side, so it becomes rearranging means that this r will come to this side. So it is dr by r is equal to minus k into. Now here again we will have integration. Integrating on both sides. And here we have a fraction r upon r, dr upon r, isn't it? Dr upon r. So here when it is like this in this form, it is coming under the category. When it is on integration, we get ln r. Ln r. Anybody remember what is ln r? This is on integration. We get this one. What is ln r? Anyone can say ln? Heard about this? नहीं. मैं बताती हूँ. ln simply means logarithm to the base e. E is the exponential e. So logarithm to the base e is called ln. Okay. So ln r is equal to this one that we have already done, minus k. This is out of integral symbol, k into t plus I. Equation number 1. Where I is called the integration constant. जल्दी यहाँ तक लिख लो. because this on integration ये mathematics है. This on integration being a logarithm to the base e r ln r equal to minus k into plus I, where I is called the integration constant. लिखने के बाद बता देना कोई एक बच्चा.
मैम लिख लिया.
हो गया. तो मैं बेटा देखेंगे यहाँ तक. So similar previous case what we have done, consider the initial stage. Initial state where r is equal to r naught and t equal to 0. Substitute these values in this equation. What we get, ln r naught equal to minus k into 0 plus I. That is, I is equal to ln r naught. Equation number 2. Done. Substitute the value, means substitute 2 in 1. What we get? What we get? ln, which equation? The previous equation, ln r is equal to minus k into t plus ln r naught. Done. And here we can write kt is equal to ln r naught minus ln r. Maybe you remember that this is just like logarithm. Logarithm a minus logarithm b. What does it indicate? Log a by b. Isn't it? So we can write k into t is equal to ln r naught by r. ln r naught by r. Therefore, k is equal to 1 upon t into ln r naught by r. Completed. K is equal to 1 upon t into ln r naught by r. Done?
Yes, okay.
अच्छा ठीक है. Pranjal completed. Harshit completed. No. Manjul
Done, ma'am. Done.
done. Shreyesh
Yes, ma'am.
completed.
Almost done.
Almost. Okay. Am I wait for 1 more minute?
Ma'am, done, ma'am. हो गया.
अच्छा ठीक है. So this is logarithm on the basis on the base e. So we can convert logarithm to the base e to logarithm to the base 10 by multiply by the value 2.303. So the formula is a is equal to 2.303 divided by t log r naught by r. This is the formula through which we can find out the value of k for a first order reaction. For a first order reaction, k is equal to 2.303 upon t log r naught by r. Then in this case, again, we can plot a graph. We can plot, in fact, 2 graphs we can plot. One on the basis of ln, another on the basis of logarithm to the base 10. Okay, so both the case we are getting the graph and we have slope. This one is considered as the slope. 2.303 upon k is considered. We can write it in the form of linear equation. So we get the value of k with the help of a graph. Now we goes to the next topic, half-life period. Okay, half-life period of a first order reaction. How to calculate half-life period? Half-life period T is equal to T half R equal to R naught by. When we put the value in this formula, so you will get the value of T half. So let us make and refer K is equal to 2.303 by T. T means T half-life period into log R naught by 2. Okay, so you know that this will be getting cancelled and 2 will be going up. So we have K is equal to 2.303 into log 2 divided by T half. K is equal to 2.303 into log 2 into log 2 divided by T half, or K is equal to 2.303. Logarithm 2 is equal to 0.3010, that divided by T half. So when we multiply these two, we will get the value K is equal to 0.693 divided by T half. That is T half is equal to 0.693 divided by A. So from the formula, we can conclude that half-life period of a first order reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. Because see the formula, T half equal to 0.693 by K. In this formula, the molar concentration of reactant is not included. It is not there. So that is why the conclusion is that half-life period of a first order reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. So question is, prove that half-life period of first order reaction is independent of concentration of the reactant, while half-life period of a zero order reaction is depending on concentration of reactant. This may be a question. So you can write the second part of both the derivation. Second part of zero order reaction, you know that there we can prove that in the formula of K or T half, molar concentration of reactant is there. And in this case, half-life period of a first order reaction, molar concentration of reactant is not there. Okay, so from this derivation, we can prove that half-life period is independent of initial concentration. So in this case, we can plot a graph. Two graphs are there. One, so I will plot only the value related to logarithm. Log R naught by R plotted against what is the property in x-axis time. Here we get a straight line like this, and slope will be slope is equal to k upon 2.2. So from this slope we can find out the value of k. So this is graphical way of determining value of k. Okay, I think it is clear to you. So this is all about the integral equation. So we have done so many equations in this, not much. 4 equations are there. These 4 equations are important for a numerical purpose. So try to go through the formula, concept related to rate of equation, rate. So these all you have to learn today itself, so that you can do some numerical related to this topic. So few 5 minutes are sufficient to do one numerical. Let us solve one numerical. So write the question. So many questions are there. I will give homework also. You can write one question from the related to this topic. So try to find out. Okay. Write the question. The rate constant for a first order reaction is rate constant for a first order reaction is 60 second raised to minus 1, because you know that the unit of K for a first order reaction is second raised to minus 1. So the rate constant for a first order reaction is 60 second raised to minus 1. Full stop. How much time will it take? How much time will it take to reduce the initial concentration of the reactant? Reduce initial concentration of the reactant to its 1/16th value. मतलब 1/16th value. So that means the concentration reduced. First one is R naught, second one is R naught by 16, 1/6. Okay, this is the question. So can you solve it yourself? I will guide you. Okay. Okay, repeat the question. The rate constant for a first order reaction is 60 second raised to minus 1. How much time will it take to reduce the initial concentration of the reactant to its 1/16th value? How much time will it take? Okay. Write the data analysis. K, value of K is equal to 60, and time you have to find out. R naught is mentioned as R naught is, keep it as R naught only. R is equal to R naught upon 16. Substitute these values in the formula. What is the formula? K is equal to 2.303 upon T log R naught by R. Okay, substitute the value in the formula. Okay, try to solve. I will also try to do it in bold. K is equal to 60 second raised to minus 1. R naught, keep it as R naught only. R is equal to R naught by 16. Formula is K is equal to 2.303 upon T log R naught by R. Substitute the value we get. T is unknown, so T is equal to 2.303 divided by 60 into log R naught divided by 60. Then T is equal to 2.303 divided by 60 into log 16. So T is equal to 2.303 into log 16. Maybe you know that 16 two-digit number, so its characteristic part will be 1, and 16 logarithm is 204. एक मिनट मुझे कंफर्म करने दो. 16 is equal to 2041. Correct. By 16. इसी की कैलकुलेशन करके मुझे बता दो कितनी वैल्यू. Do it. If somebody got the answer, please tell me. Anybody got the answer? Harshit.
Ma'am, 0.046.
0.042.
6.
0.046. Okay, correct. Correct. And what is the unit? Through calculator. Very good. 0.462 through calculator. Correct. If it is 0.046, it is correct. 0.0462. Very good. So what is the unit? Seconds. Isn't it? So this is all about today's work. और प्लीज तुम लोग अपनी एक्सरसाइज होमवर्क लिख लीजिए. होमवर्क तुम्हारे लिए करना, मेरे लिए नहीं. ठीक है. सो एक्सरसाइज क्वेश्चन डायरेक्ट देती हूँ मैं. प्लीज ये न्यूमेरिकल